trip, I'm just coming with the rawness. I gotta admit that I'm usually modest, but I work hard for my shit.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon, and I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming.
There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south. You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. Let's go. Thoughts can keep you down, pushing deep until you drown, or they can keep you up strong, focused on the now. Glass half full, or has it been emptied out? Well, that's all up to you and your mind. Do you doubt anything, everything, not a thing? Make my thoughts work for me, manifest what I need, what I want, what I see. I could be anything, I attract all the things that I see. I believe I'll achieve as I breathe in and out again and again. I don't doubt, I sit and I plan, and I found out that I can execute if I'm driven, if I listen, if I learn all the wisdom. Read some books, something written, watch the best, teach a system I invest. Never hidden, I ain't scared, ain't no chicken, I take dance. I'll be winning, you get back what you're giving. Find the reason that you're living, what you're good at, all your gifts and what you love. Take a risk and find out what you've been missing, yeah. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives you your purpose. You realize deep way under the surface, and like a fire needs coal in the furnace. This is your goal that makes it all worth it. This is your why that gives it
All right, welcoming you live session. This is two. I'm super pumped up to see you live. If you can hear me live, LC in the chat box. If you can please type LC and then we can begin with the session. Yes. Thank you so much. Waiting for others. Thank you. Thank you. Waiting. If you can hear me loud and clear, then type LC in the chat. You will be able to see me as well in just a couple of seconds. Before we begin up, if you all can quickly turn your videos on, that would be amazing. Point number two, quickly let me know in the chat box, how was your experience with the day one of the bootcamp? Please quickly let me know how was your experience day one camp. Awesome, amazing. Day one was great, amazing. Thank you so much. Love that energy, man. You will be able to see me in just a couple of seconds. That's exactly what I feel. I am not able to see you, right? So if you all can quickly turn your videos on, that is going to be. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. So talking about day in today, talking about poems in right. Number one of you have actually struggled with post when it comes to absolute, fix and sick. If you have struggled with that, please type me inside the chat box. All right, waiting for this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hemant, Balaji, Manideep Reddy, Shiva Kumar, Atul, Shri Lakshmi, Yachna, Naveen, thank you so much. Harsha, Bilal, Naveen, Ankita, Deepti, Tanay, Prashant, thank you so much for turning on. Waiting for others. If you all can quickly do a video, thank you so much. Thank you. Voice is not audible. Please check your internet, man. All right. We are going to talk about positions in good depth, and no matter how much you have struggled in the past, it is going to be a piece of cake from today onwards. You are never going to struggle with positions in your whole life. The only thing I want you to focus, and I want you to be there with me for the next 60. If you're ready for that, type ready in the chat. Please make sure there's no one in the room to disturb you for the next 60 minutes. You have a water bottle with you. You have a pen and paper to take a lot of notes. If you are ready in that case, type ready in the chat box. If you don't have a pen and papers right now, go rush, grab it. I'll wait for a few seconds. But I want you to take notes with me, right? So before we move ahead, let me just quickly drop the rules and regulations, right? So here we go. Here are the rules and regulations. I hope you already know this, but still, let me make it clear for you. And that is this, right? Point number one, make sure your cameras are on. It is very important, right? Your mic be off so that you can hear me loud and clear without any sort of distractions. And point number three, if you have doubts and questions, listen to me very carefully. Your doubts will get cleared. And still, if it is not cleared, I will be there at the end where you can ask questions live with me, and I'll be more than happy to answer doubts and questions. Is that clear? Right? The most important thing, do not write the code with me. As I said on day one as well, your whole focus should be to understand the concepts and take notes. Are you getting my point? Right? Please do not try to be a copy pasting machine. I literally do not want you to be a copy pasting machine. Okay. So please do not do that. Okay. If you're ready to get started, type ready in the chat box and let's begin up. If you're ready to get started, type ready in the chat box and we can directly jump onto the coding part. All right. Thank you so much, Samriddhi, Harsha, Banerjee, Sharlin. Okay, perfect. So here we go. All right. I hope my screen is visible to you. If my screen is visible, please type V in the chat box or type if you can hear me properly, if you can see my video properly, if you can see my screen properly, type SG. Systems good. Everything is working fine for you. And we can start. Thank you so much for the confirmation, everyone. Komal, Arpit, Aditya, Nayan, Shabnam, Vamsi, Saloni, Tejas, Jayashri, Mithun. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so let's jump onto this. And we need VS Code as usual. And inside VS Code, we will be creating a new file. So it's how to CSS. We'll create a new folder. We'll name it as CSS day 2. Let's open this up. And as usual, we'll create two files. One is going to be an HTML file, and the second is going to be a CSS file. So these are the two files that we have. And we have the basic boilerplate. Let me link the CSS file. So these are the very basics that we have already done on day 1. Yes? All right. Now, what I want to do next is, yesterday we talked about box model. And in today's session, we are going to talk about positions. We'll do a quick recap of what we did in the last class as well. But before we do that, let's try to understand positions. Listen to me very carefully. Forget about CSS, forget about HTML, forget about everything, right? Come on to the very basic English terminology. And if someone says that, where is my phone on the drawer? Where's my DSLR in my office? Where is my water bottle in my room? What are these? These are positions, yes or no? Can I say that these are different specific positions, yes or no? Where these specific things are being placed? Yes? बहुत बढ़िया. Now, anything you are creating, whether it's a heading, whether it's an image, whether it's a paragraph, whether it is anything, right? And if I just say, if I just say that I want to position this element in this specific position, that is exactly where these CSS positions are required. Are you getting my point? Whenever this thought comes in your place, I want this button on top of this image. I want this heading on top of this, on top of this element. I want this paragraph on top of this div, whatsoever, right? Whenever this thought comes in that I want this thing on this position, that is exactly where you need CSS positions. Which position, how to implement, what to do, we'll talk about that, okay? You don't have to put stress for that. What I want you to understand is that anywhere where position is involved, where this thought process comes that I want to put this thing in this position, it means you need a CSS position for that. Is that making sense to you? Very normal stuff, no rocket science so far. Is it making sense to you? Yes? Yes? Thank you so much. Waiting for others. All right. Thank you. Chalo. Chalo. Now, what I want you to do is, let's have a quick recap about box model, and then we'll talk about positions. And we will be talking about all the 4 positions, which is the fixed. We have got sticky. We have got absolute. Okay? Absolute. We have got relative. Okay? We'll talk about all of them. But before that, yesterday we talked about the box model. So let's quickly revise the box model and then we can move ahead. Okay? Right? Let's have a very quick recap. What I am saying that I have this class called card, and I will put an image inside this. And I will even put a heading tag, and I'll be saying that something as a veg burger, followed by a paragraph, something in 9 words. This is what we have, right? Okay, so it means I need an image of a burger. Absolutely, you were smart people. So we'll go on to Unsplash. We'll go and search for an image of a burger. And let's say that I need a landscape image. and let's see what we can choose. So I think this is a good choice, right? So I will choose this basically. Copy image address. Let's put that image over here. And because we need to design this as well, I'll put a class and the class name is, let's say, card image. Is it clear so far? No rocket science. If we go live, this is what it looks like, right? Now let's design it up. No problem. We'll go to the CSS file and I'm saying that when I have my body tag, I want the font family to be sans serif. And in the card class, what consists of box model, border, padding, and margin, three things, right? So we'll say we have a border. What is the border? 1 pixels, solid, and light gray. Let's say the padding. What is padding? Space the border. How much? 10 pixels. Okay. What is border radius? To make my border curved, I'll say 14 pixels. Okay. Then what we can say? We can say margin, and we'll say margin is 10 pixels, which is on top and bottom, and auto, which is on left and right. Clear so far? Okay. I'm saying width. Let's say the width is 270 pixels. Now there's an image also, so I'll say the class is card image. And in that case, the width is going to be 100%. Why 100%? It refers the parent element. So I'll get the complete width, which is 100%, and the images fit inside like this. And now I can go here and say that the border radius is again 14 pixels. Let me change this to 260 pixels. This is how it looks. 270 is a good option, I think. Okay. We have got one food item. Is it clear so far? No rocket science. Something that we have did in the last session. Okay. बहुत बढ़िया. Now, I need more such food items. Yes or no? I need more such food items. And what we will be doing for that is, I will go here to the HTML file. And inside my HTML file, what I'll do is I'll just copy this. And I'm going to put few more elements. Let's say 3 elements. And let's say the second one is going to be green salad. The third one is going to be a masala dosa, right? Perfect. Let's change the images as well. So we need an image of salad. Let's see what we have. So we have got these cool images. We cannot put, this image looks good, but we cannot put French fries. So I will choose this as the image. This or this both looks good. Let's see if we have something else as well. So we can take this as well. Copy image address. And in the second image, I'll just change this URL to the one we have copied. And now we need an image of a dosa as well. So we'll take it up. And let's take an image of this for now. Copy image address. And over here, we will do it. You'll be like, Ashish, why we are doing this? But it has a reason. Do not worry. So we have got the three. Have we made any mistake? Copy image address. Hey, bad. Okay, now the third one should be working and the second one is not working. So we'll go back. What was the image that we have chosen? This was the image, if I'm not wrong. Copying the image address. And here. If you see this now, we have got 3 food elements over here. If you have the question, Ashish, how to bring them side by side, we'll talk about that on day 3, which is tomorrow, right? We'll talk about that tomorrow, right? But for now, that is not the focus point. The focus point is that we have got 3 elements and this is how we have created. Is it looking good so far? If it is looking good, box LG means looks good. And this is something we have already done in the last session. Yes. Okay. Now what next? The next thing I want is, let's you would have seen this kind of designs a lot. Let me give you an idea for that. If you go on Code Karo and if you scroll the page as you are scrolling, can you see that you have got this page or you have got this button over here and this button is not moving at all? The remaining content is moving, but the button is not moving. The button is fixed. Yes or no? What I said, fixed. Yes. So what I need, if I want a button over here, if I need a button that is fixed, then what I need? I need a fixed position. बहुत बढ़िया, cool. Let's talk about that. So first of all, I'll go here and I'll create a class called button, right? So I'll say that we have got a button with a class called help button, and inside this help button, I am simply saying that need help question mark. That's it, right? So by default, if you see, we have the button on the top. Let's design it, which is again the box model. You all know this, I believe, right? And if you see this, let's say the background color is black, and because the color is black, then the text color should be white, like this. Now we do not need the border anymore, so we'll say that the border is none. To increase size, we'll say padding is 16 pixels and 30 pixels, and we'll add some border radius onto it. Let's say of 50 pixels. Let's even say that the font size is going to be 16 pixels. And if you see this, we have got this cool button that's need help, right? Video is not clear, voice is stuck. Is my system's good? Can you all hear me loud and clear? Properly type LC in the chat box. Bhavish, check your internet, right? Everyone can hear me properly without any issues. So I think it's an issue on your end. Please just check it on your end. Okay, come back. So no, wait. Not type anymore. I got the answer. So now what is happening? I want this button need help on the way the other side, right? Right now, see, as I'm scrolling the page, my button gets disappeared. Yes or no? What is happening? As I'm scrolling the page, my button is getting disappeared. That is something I do not want. Yes or no? What I want is, I want that my button should be there in that position. So I'll go on this button and I'll simply say that the position is fixed. Simple. Okay. And if you see this now my page is scrolling, but the button is fixed. How easy is that? Huh. But Ashish, the question is, if I want my button here, or if I want the button here, or if I want my button here, then what? It is fixed, I understood that. But if I want my button in different positions, then what? Very easy and simple. If you want to do that, you can simply say that bottom zero. Achha, what is that? I'll explain. I'll explain what is bottom zero. You see the output. Your button is on bottom, right? Hmm. If I want it on the right hand side, then what, Ashish? You can say right zero. Okay. What is that? Your button is on right. Got it, Ashish. If I say right zero, my button goes on right. If I say bottom zero, my button goes on bottom. So instead of bottom, I can say top also, I think. And if I say top, my button will go on top. Yes. But what the hell is this top, right, bottom, left? How many of you have this question? If you have this question, I mean the chat box. That what the hell is this? Top, right, bottom, and okay, the spelling is wrong. Bottom and top, right, bottom, and left. Okay. Okay. So now, please listen very carefully. This top, right, bottom, and left is the, what is this? It is the distance from that direction. What is this? It is the distance from that direction. What is it? It is the distance from that direction. Matlab, I have an element, okay? I want this in which direction? Let's say I want this element on the right side. So I'll say right, okay? And then I said zero, which means it should be on right and the distance from right should be zero. Acha. So instead of zero, if I say 100, then what will happen? If you say 100 instead of zero, then your element will be on right, but it will have a distance of 100 pixels. Can you show me this working? Yes. If I go on right and if I say it is 100 pixels, see, the button is on right, but now it has a distance of 100 pixels over here. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, same goes with top also. Everywhere, wherever you want it, you can go here also, and you can say that the top is also 100 pixels. And now it looks like. And if I want my button on bottom, very easy. You can simply say bottom over here, and now your button is on bottom, and like this, I can say 50, 50 pixels and 50 pixels, and this is how it looks. See this remaining content is moving, and your button is fixed on the given position. Yes, is it easy and simple? If simple, type ES, easy and simple in the chat box. No rocket science involved at all, right? Okay. Now, now let's go to the second one, and that is even more interesting. Let's see how it works. But before I do that, I will add one more food element. One more food element. Yes, I want to add it. Okay, so I'll add it. I'll say it's going to be, let's say, a supreme, let's say supreme pizza, right? We need an image of a pizza now quickly. Why I'm doing this, you will be able to understand in a couple of sec. The first image itself looks good, so I'll just copy this, copy image address, and here we go. And we will simply change it like this. And if you see this now, we have got this pizza as well over here, right? Cool. Now, why we have done that? We want to talk about what's sticky now. Okay. Position, you can use it up enough, but with positions. Now, let's talk about sticky quickly. Okay. See, if I go here after the first element, I'm putting a class called banner, and inside this banner, I'm saying that uh, I have a paragraph that says order now to get flat 50% of today, right? That's what we have created. Order now to get flat 50% on minimum order of rupees 199. Okay. If you see that this is what we have created, now what I want, we want to design it, right? So let's quickly design it as well. We have a class called banner. I'll take this banner class, I'll go here, and I will say that whenever I have this banner class, I want the width to be 270 pixels. I want the padding to be 10 pixels. I want the border radius to be 14 pixels. We need a border as well, which is 1 pixels solid, and it's oranged. I'll say that the background color is also oranged, and I'll say that the color is going to be white over here. You see this now? This is what it looks like. Width should be 270 pixels like this. Yeah. Now I'll say that we have got this. I'll put a class called banner title. I'll take this title class, I'll go here and I'll say that when I have this banner title, I want the margin to be 0. So that exercise space on top and bottom is reduced now. See. And now we'll put this in the center. So we will say that the margin is 10 pixels in auto. Okay? As of now, no rocket science in this. Pretty easy and simple like this. Now, let's understand how sticky works actually, right? So I will go here and I'll simply say that the position is sticky. Where? In my banner. Okay? Now, as I'm scrolling the page, nothing is happening, right? Everything is fine. Why? Because I have not defined where this position should be sticky. It should be sticky on top. So if I say top 0, let's see what's going to happen. As of now, see, everything is going good. But as this banner reaches top, can you see that? Right? It is stuck on top like this. And as it comes to its original position, it will scroll like this. Is it looking good? Arpit, have you attended the last session? I think you have not attended the yesterday's session, Arpit. Is it looking good so far? That is because of the auto property. Okay. Is it looking good so far? If you see this, it gets stuck on top like this, and this is how it works. Yes. If it looks good, type LG in the chat box. If it is looking good to you, quickly type LG, and I know what questions you have. I'll explain that. The next question. Now see, you can change the colors of this, and you can play around with that. You can see black, you can see other colors combinations. Now, the question that you all would be having right now, and that question is, Ashish, what is the difference between sticky and fixed? How many of you have this question? If you have this question, type me in the chat box. If you have the same question, then please type me in the chat box. What is the difference between sticky and the fixed position? So no, if you have that question, listen to me just listen to me. See, as I'm scrolling my page, just watch this page properly, okay? As I'm scrolling this page, can you see what is happening? Fixed property is not moving, okay? But if you scroll the page, the sticky property will move. It will stuck, or it will become sticky when it reaches the defined position. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Yes? Okay. That is the only difference between sticky and fixed. By default, if you define something fixed, it will be fixed always, and sticky will only when it reaches a specific position. Are you getting my point? Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Yes? बहुत बढ़िया. बहुत बढ़िया. Now, let's come on to the something which is literally confusing, and something which has confused a lot maybe in the past, and that is absolute. Before I tell you that, I have a question. How many of you literally want to be a front end or a full stack developer? I've been trying to do that from a very long period of time, but you have failed badly because of tons of reasons. And you are in three conditions right now. Condition number one, you either need a job as a fresher, you are already a working professional, maybe non-IT or in IT, who wanted to upskill and make a switch. All these number three, you are already something in the, and you need a job as soon as possible. These are the conditions. Type me in the chat box. If these are the conditions, type me in the chat box. Yes? Okay. All right. All right. You'll not be hating CSS anymore after these 5 days, Anis, right? ठीक है. सुनो. We'll talk about that. But how many of you have tried understanding Absolute, and for that you have gone through multiple courses and tutorials and roadmaps, but a lot of things that you get even more confused at what is the purpose of Absolute, why we need it, why we use it, why even it exists inside CSS. How many of you are in that condition? If you are in that condition, type me in the chat box. Like, you deep dive into CSS tutorials for Absolute, and the more you deep dive, you get more confused and overwhelmed. If that's the case with you, type me in the chat box. Hmm. What I want you people to do is, I want you to listen to me very carefully for the next 10 minutes, and you will never ever struggle with Absolute and relative. Okay? Suno. Stop doing whatever you're doing. Hello, everyone. Pay attention. Pay attention. Stop doing everything. Stop taking notes. Stop doing everything. And just listen out to me very carefully. Listen out to me. For some sort of time, we are just removing this design that we have created. Okay. So I'll just comment everything down so far. Right. Over here, let's imagine for a moment that there is a parking system. Okay. imagine for a moment that there is a very simple parking system, right? Where three cars are parked one after the other. Can you imagine this? Just close your eyes and try to visualize this example. There are three cars, one after the other, parked inside a parking lot. That's it. Can you all imagine? Very simple example, right? बहुत बढ़िया. Let's say that the first car is red in color. Then similarly, we have got a black car and we have got a blue car as well. So these are the three cars, red, we have got black, and we have got the blue car. Okay, right. We'll come here, we'll say that. We have got three cars. We have got a red car, and where we have in height, and the height is 100 pixels. We have got the width, which is again 100 pixels, and we have got a background color, which is red. Okay, very easy and simple. Or let's say crimson. Okay. I will copy this. The second car, which is black, and the third car, which is blue. So here we have got blue. Let me change the color to royal blue. Height becomes 80 pixels and width also becomes 80 pixels. And going on to the second car, let's say this is going to be 70 pixels by 70 pixels, and the car is black in color. If you see this, my bad. Okay, it should be the black car. Yes. We have got these three cars, easy and simple. ठीक है, ठीक है. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Yes. ठीक है. There are three cars, a red car, a black car, and a blue car parked one after the other. Now, if I say logically, if the black car will not be there, if the black car is not there for a moment, then what will happen? If the black car is not there, then the blue car will be parked after the red car. Logically, yes or no? Yes or no? If the black car is not there in the middle, then the blue car will be parked after the red car. Yes or no? Yes? ठीक है. Now imagine for a moment that this black car is a Tesla car. Acha. Just imagine for a moment. I'm saying just imagine hypothetically that this black car, Shrikant, if you can focus in the class, it will be great. Shrikant Palagani, right? This black car is a Tesla car, right? Can you imagine this? The black car is the Tesla car. बहुत बढ़िया. Now what? Imagine for a moment, because of the problem of parking systems, Tesla created a functionality where the cars could be parked on air. Imagine this. There's no such functionality as of now on Tesla, but just imagine for a moment that Tesla has created this functionality where the cars could be parked in air, right? Can you imagine this? And if the Tesla car is parked in air, then logically there is the space on ground. And because there is a space on ground, this blue car can be parked exactly after the red car. Yes or no? Yes or no? In the chat box, please. Please, yes or no? Are you getting this much? Are you all getting this example so far? That if my car, which is a Tesla car, if it is parked in air, then what will happen? In the ground will become empty, and that can be utilized by the blue car. Correct? Let's see that. Let's see that what will happen. If I go in my black car, and inside the black car, I simply say that the position is absolute. Okay? Then what? See this. What is this? If you see this properly, because the black car is in air, the blue car came inside exactly after the red car. So you can see some part of blue car, you can see the whole part of red car. Can you understand this? Yes or no so far? If it is clear so far, type C in the chat box. If it is clear so far, type C in the chat box. Yes? ठीक है. ठीक है. Thank you so much. You people are smart. I got the point. Okay. Can you explain once again? ठीक है. ठीक है. सुनो 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 सुनो. बहुत सिंपल सी चीज है. What I'm just saying is, सुनो सुनो. Everyone who has doubt, stop typing and just listen. These are three cars. Car 1, car 2 and car 3, ठीक है? This is car 1, this is car 2 and this is car 3, ठीक है? ठीक है? Parked one after the other. Agar, for a moment, if I say that car 2 is not there, then what will happen? Car 3 will be parked exactly after the car 1, yes or no? 3 will be parked here, yes or no? Right? The very same thing I'm saying that. Now imagine this car 2, which is a Tesla car, it has created a functionality where this Tesla car could be parked in air, right? So this is car 2 over here now. And because car 2 is there is empty space. So that will be utilized by car 3 and car 3 will come here like this. Can you understand this? And because you are watching the parking system from your building top, so you can see the complete part of the Tesla car, some part of the car on the bottom of that, and a car on top of that. Can you understand this example now? Can you all understood this now? Did you all understand this now? Yes or no? Yes, बहुत बढ़िया. ठीक है, ठीक है. So if you see this now, what it's the same condition, right? See, if I remove absolute, by default we have got 3 cars, one after the other, right? And because now the black car, which is a Tesla car, it is being parked in air, I'll tell it where it is used, Shreya. Do not put so many efforts, right? Just put efforts to understand this, where this will be used, what will be the use case of this, how we are going to implement this. We'll talk about that, okay? Just put your complete focus to understand the example that I'm telling. This everything will be covered. Have some patience and have some trust in me, right? Have some trust in me. So no. The moment I see the position is absolute, what happened? The car moved one level top, and because it moved one level top, it created empty space. The blue car went inside it, and this is what happens. Acha, matlab, whenever I apply position absolute to any element, that element will move one level top. Correct. Whenever I apply absolute to any element, it will move one level top. Huh. But why we'll do that? What is the purpose of that? What is the use case of that? We will talk about it. Have some patience. We will talk about it. Okay? We will talk about it. ठीक है? बहुत बढ़िया. Now, we can move this also because it is in air. This black car can move also. Yes or no? Yes or no? So I'll say that top 0. And since I say top 0, if you see this, the car went on absolute. Hmm? Instead of this, if I also say that the right is 0, the black car moved on right also. Right? If you want to put it on bottom instead of top, you can say bottom, and it will be on bottom as well. Is it clear? If it's clear, type C in the chat box. I know this has given you one more question, and that question is then Ashish, between fixed and absolute. I understood it moves one level top, but it is also behaving very same way how the fixed was behaving. If you also have the very same question now, type me in the chat box. If you have the very same question, type me in the chat box. All right. Thank you so much. We'll talk about so many examples of absolute. Do not worry. Just go with the flow. We'll take and we'll talk so many use cases. We'll take so many examples. Do not worry. Okay. I'll go here. I'll say that instead of bottom, I have got top 0. So, and let me bring back whatever we have hidden. Okay. I'll just bring back all these things. All right. I'll just enable it. So the moment I do that, see, now we have all the 3 elements with us, right? So if you see this, okay, so this, what is this? This is absolute, correct? And what is this? This is fixed. And what is this? This is sticky. You all know this. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll just scroll my page and let's try to understand what is happening in the situation. Okay. As I'm scrolling my page, can you see that? Absolute is also moving. Sticky is also moving, but fixed is not moving. So what we understood, fixed will not move under any circumstances. Okay. Up. absolute is not visible anymore on my screen, and sticky is still moving, and sticky will get such as the defined position. But absolute x as a normal value, the only change happens, it moves a level top, and then we can change its position. As we will scroll the page, it will move. But fixed will always be fixed, and sticky will move, and it will get stuck when it reaches a defined position. Is it clear so far? Is this clear? Now the next question that you all have in your mind running right now is, what we will do with absolute, right? What is the purpose of absolute? I'll come on to that. Have some patience. No, ZNX is a different thing. I'll talk about ZNX at the end. Just ask me this question at the end. I'll tell you what ZNX is. Okay? Okay. At the end of the class. No, you can only define one position at one time. Now see, let's talk about some use cases. If you go inside Twitter, and inside Twitter, if you see, if you see this, I am scrolling my page, and what is happening? Can you observe few things? Can we say that this is a fixed element? Can we say that because it is not moving at all? Yes or no? Yes. If you again observe, can I also say that this is also fixed? Can I say that? This is also fixed, right? बहुत बढ़िया. What else? What else I can say? So the else I can say is, if you observe this part, if you observe this who to follow part, can you see what is happening? By default it is moving, but when it reaches a defined position, it get stuck. Can I say it's a sticky position? Yes or no? Can I say that it's a sticky position? Yes. Cool. Now, if you again observe this message section, can I say that it is fixed? Yes, that is the kind of idea I want to give to you people, right? Let me give you some more examples. For example, if you go on the website of Airbnb for a moment, and let's say I want to choose any destination. Let's say I'm choosing this. If you see this page, as I'm scrolling, this content is getting scrolled, and as it reaches here, can you see what is happening? Can I say that this is sticky now? If you have the question, how to bring this content side by side, we'll talk about that tomorrow, right? We'll talk about that tomorrow. But for now, the point is that this is a sticky position. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. I hope you understood, right? Um, See, this is a sticky position and the remaining content is like this. If you go on the main page of Airbnb, if you see this, can I say that my navigation bar is fixed and the remaining content is moving? Yes. Can I say that? It's very easy. Okay. Now, let's come and let's talk about the use cases of absolute. Yes or no? That is the biggest question you all have on your mind. Yes. Let's do that. But before than that, let's also try to understand absolute, the relative property very quickly. I do not need these things anymore, so I'll just comment them down like this. And we'll go here. We'll say that we have parent. Okay. Inside parent, we have got something as child. Okay. I have a class parent. Let me take this parent. I'll say that we have this parent where the width is going to be 700 pixels. We have got the height where the height is going to be 400 pixels, and the background color is orange. Okay. And let me also say that the margin is 70 pixels and order. And if you see this now, this is how it looks. And we have got child class where the height, width, and the background color is required. So height becomes 90, width becomes 90, and the background color becomes black. Okay. Is it clear so far? Now the question is, if I want to move this black box inside this orange box, then how can, because I have to move this box, first of all, I should define this black box as absolute, yes or no? Because when I will make this box absolute, then only I will be able to move this box, yes or no? And to get that done, we will go here in the child element and we'll say that the position is absolute. The moment we do that, it came one level top, but we cannot see this. But if we try to move this now, and if we say top is 0, it went on top. And again, top 0, left 0 will only work when you have defined position. If you do not define position, top 0, left 0 will not work at all. Okay. So I hope that is clear. Okay. Position is absolute. It is on top. So it went on top of the page. If I say it should be on the right 0 as well, so it went on the complete right side of the page. But I do not want that. What I want that my child should move inside the parent element. Yes or no? That's what we want. And because we want that, we have to actually create a boundary wall. What did we do? We have to create a boundary wall that this is the limit. You cannot move beyond this limit. Acha. How will do that? We will go in the parent, and in the parent, we will say that the position is relative. Matlab, there are two meanings of this. Meaning number one, we are basically saying that absolute will only move inside the parent. Why? Because we said it is relative. So absolute will only relate with parent now. Okay? Absolute will relate with parent. And if you see the output, it is on the top right corner of the what? Of the parent element. Is that the only purpose of relative? Yes. That is the only purpose of relative, that it ensures that the absolute is not going out of the parent element. Are you getting my point? Let me put it down. So relative ensures that the absolutes move within the parent element. Okay. Now, let's try to understand the use cases. Let's try to understand the use cases as well. Box sizing border box is a different thing. That works when padding is disturbing, right? Then that is where the box sizing border box works. Here, padding is not disturbing anything, right? Okay. Let's talk about the use cases. The very first use case, if you all remember, yesterday I asked a question that if I want to put an image in the background and I want to put some text on top of that image, how is that possible? That is exactly possible with the help of relative and absolute. Can you get the idea? Let me show you how to do it. Very easy and simple. And this will give you even more examples. Yes, it can have. I'll take questions at the end of it, okay? I'm taking class called background. And inside this background, let me put an image tag. And let's say we have got a class also, which is the background image. Let's take an image. So let's go on Unsplash. Let's search for this. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we can choose. Not looking good. Let's say something from trees and nature. If we can choose something from nature, let's say nature. And if you see this, this is what we have. Or if we directly choose something else, we just need a good image. That's the thing. So let's say this is the image we want to use for now, or maybe this, whatever we want, we can choose. We can let's use this as the image. Okay, looks good. So if I say copy image address, and if I put this image over here, if you see this, this is how it looks. It has this Unsplash banner actually. Is it looking on a small image also? No, it is not looking on a small image. Or let's use a different one. So, is this image also having those banners? Yes, it also has those banners. Yeah, let's choose this as the image. Uh, let's choose this. Right, it's a good image. Uh, Copy image address. Let's put this up, and we have this image now. Now we want to design it, so we'll go here. We'll say that whenever I have this background class, I want the width. Okay, we'll copy this width and the margin. I'll copy. I'll put it up over here like this. I don't need height. I don't need background color. The margin is okay. So we got this. Now we have a class called image. So we'll say the background image. And for background image, the width is going to be 100%. And if you see this, we have got the image over here. Right now, what do we want? We want some text on top of this. Yes or no? What we want? We want some text on top of this. And that is very easy and simple. I will go here itself. And inside this, I will create a class called content. And inside this content, I have an h1 tag that says something as explore the diversity of India, followed by a paragraph that is something in 16 words already done. And then we can even say that we have got a button with a class called button that says something as explore. Now, if you see this now, by default, this text is on bottom, right? Okay, the lorem ipsum became big actually. Let me make it a bit smaller. 17 words. Okay. Now, what I want this content on top of my image. Yes or no? What we wanted this content to be on top of the image. And because this content should be on top of the image, this content should be what? This content should be absolute. Yes or no? This content should be absolute. Yes or no in the chat box quickly. Everyone. This should be absolute, right? And because it should be absolute, what I will do next is I will take this content class. I will go here and I will say that this content is having position absolute. By default, it is in the same place. But now if I go and say that it is on top 0, it went on the top of the page. But the content is going out, some part of going is going out here also. And I want everything is nothing should go out. So I will go in my background and I'll say that the position is relative. The moment I do that, can you see that the whole text came inside? And now I can say that I want this on the bottom of my page and the gap should be 100 pixels. So it is on bottom, but with a distance of 100 pixels. I even want this to be some space from left. So let's say space from left is also 40 pixels. So this is how it looks. And I can change the color to be white. So this is how it looks. And let me design the button as well now. So I can even go the class as button. It's again the box model stuff. You know that the background color is white. Let's say that the padding is 16 pixels and 30 pixels. Let's say that the border radius is 6 pixels for now. That we do not need the border anymore. So we can say that the border is none. Let me also say that the font size is 16 pixels. If you see this, this is how it looks. Is it looking good? How easy it is? Position absolute works by default also. When I want to move inside the parent, then we use relative inside it. Let's take one more example. If you still have a question with this, we'll take one more example. Is that okay to everyone? But before I take the next example, I have a question. How many of you find this super easy and simple? If you find it easy and simple, type ES, which stands for easy and simple in the chat box. Yes? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shubham Puri, Savior, Ramya, Kirthana, Balaji, Kumar, Vishnu, Raj. Okay. Okay. ठीक है, ठीक है. Now what we want to do is, let's take one more example. How many of you use Zomato on daily basis? If you're daily users, type me in the chat box or type D for daily. D for daily, W for weekly. If you're a weekly user, type W in the chat box. And if you're a monthly user, type M for monthly in the chat box. D for daily, W for weekly, and M for monthly. Yes? Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Hmm. Hmm. Why I'm asking this question? Now tell me, whenever you order the food from Zomato, what are the top three things you focus when you are ordering? When you are ordering the food, what are the top three things you focus upon? Let me know in the chat box. Discount, rating, delivery time, items, pricing, ratings, reviews, offers, search, pricing. बहुत बढ़िया, cool. Timing and pricing. All the answers are correct. If I precisely break it down for you, point number one, ratings. Point number two, the delivery time. And point number three, if it is a bestseller or a must-try product, that's a win-win. That's a win-win situation. Is that correct? These are the top priority things you take a look on, and then you take a look on other things as well, but those are the secondary things later on. Yes or no? Yes. ठीक है. Now let me go on Zomato and let's try to understand something. If you go on Zomato and let's say I want to order pizza, right? And by the way, I'm not from Kanpur. Like I have been into Kanpur recently, so if you see this image says 175 rupees off. But if you see this image is not having written 175 off. It means this 175 is on top of the image. Yes or no? This 175 is on, it's from top of the image. Yes or no? I'm not sure if you can observe, there is a tag called promoted. Can you see that? What is this? It is not an image. It is again on top of the image. What is that? That is relative and absolute. Have you ever thought of that? Let's do it right now. Let's do it quickly. It'll take 2 to 3 minutes. Let's do it. So I will again comment it down. Let's say that I will take the first food item, which was a burger, and we will bring this burger over here. If you see this, we have got this burger, right? Now what we want, or let's take pizza. Let me know your favorite food item in the chat box quickly. So also let me know how many of you are going to order from Zomato after the class today, or how many of you have already ordered. If you're going to order, type O in the chat box. O for order in the chat box. If you're going to order from Zomato today after this class, type O in the chat box. ठीक है, ठीक है. There are so many people who are going to order today. Okay. Why I'm asking this? Why I'm asking this? Because I do order after every second class of the webinar. Whenever I do this class, I order from Zomato after this class. ठीक है? So, ठीक है. Okay. Now, what if you want? I want to put Swiggy and Zomato, whatever you want. That's up to you, man, right? So I want to put a tag on this, and that says best seller product. Okay, let's see how to do it. So if I want to say best seller, I need best seller somewhere. So I'll go here and I'll say that I have got best, and here I can say it is a best seller like this, right? So I have got this best seller tag over here. Now what I want that this best seller should be on top of the image. Yes or no? The best seller should be on top of the image. And to do that, I have to say that to do that, I have to make my best seller absolute. Then only I can move it. Yes or no? Listen to me very carefully. Stop typing and listen to me. I want to move this absolute. I want to make this best seller absolute in order to move it. Yes or no? And when I will make it absolute, I have to make something relative so that it knows that what are my boundary walls and I should remain inside that. Yes or no? So if I will make this whole card as the relative property, then what will happen? If I will say bottom, my best seller will come here. Yes or no? Do we want that? No, we do not want that. What we want is it should be there inside the image only. So what we have to do? We have to define relative somewhere here so that only the image part is relative. Yes or no? Yes or no? So what I will do is we will go here, we will create a new class and we'll name it as card header. Class name could be anything. You can put whatever you want. I'll take the questions at the end, Pranjal, okay? Just note on the question, I'll take the questions at the end. And if you listen to these examples, it will get cleared automatically. See, what I did, I took a class card header. Inside that, I put my image, and inside that, I put this bestseller stuff. Is it clear so far? Now, I will take this card header. I will go here and I'll simply say that in this card header, the position is relative. And now I will take the best class. I will go here and I will say that in this best class, the position is, as of now, nothing has changed. Bestseller is still here, right? I will go here and I'll say that the position is absolute. Nothing changes. But now, if I say that it is on top 0, if you see this, the bestseller went on top of the image. Easy. Now we have to just put a design. So let's design it quickly. I will say that the background color is yellow. I'll say that the color is also yellow. I will say that the margin is of 10 pixels. I will say that the font size is 14 pixels. I will say that the border radius is 40 pixels and 2 pixels and 10 pixels. You see this? This is how my tag looks like, right? Instead of top, let's say I want to put this on bottom of my page. So on the bottom of the image, we have this. Now what I want to just make this look good. So I will go here and I'll say that in the yellowish part, this is how it looks. So we have got this. It is not looking good. I will copy this, put the same color code here as well. And now I'll make a darker shade of it like this. Does it look good now? It's almost 9. Before I bind the session and before we do anything, just a question. Just a question. If you are enjoying the session, type E in the chat box and we will have a quick recap by making one more quick project at the end. If you're enjoying and if you're getting bored and want me to bind the session, type B for bind in the chat box. Thank you so much. Let's do that. But before than that, before than that, how many of you have the question that Ashish, can I put multiple absolute inside a relative? How many of you have that question? If you have that question, type me in the chat box. If you have that question, type me in the chat box. Yes? Yes. Chalo. Let's do it. It's very easy and simple, right? Let's say I want to even show that it is a must try product also. I'll put the class to be must. I'll say here it's a must try product as well. Go here, put this, my bad, put this, okay, put this class called must. Copy the same code, right? Time saving stuff. Go here and simply just change the colors. Let's say the color should be green in the background as well. And over here as well, it should be green, right? So if you see this now, you have got the must try and let's put it on top. So instead of bottom, we'll say this is on top. So if you see this now, you can put multiple things as well inside the same relative. Okay? Okay. Now let's see the quick use cases, right? So let me show you some use cases of relative and absolute now. And here you go. One use case is something you have already seen over here. These are the use cases of relative and absolute. बहुत बढ़िया. So if you go inside the website of Unsplash also, if you see this, can you see these icons on top of the image? Can you see this text on top of the image? What is this? Relative and absolute. बहुत बढ़िया. If you go inside the example of Airbnb, and if you see this, can you see these icons on top of the image? What is that? Relative and absolute. Yes or no? If you go inside, my bad, if you go inside Twitter, and if you go inside your profile, can you see that? You have an image in the background and you have a text on top of that. What is that? Um, Relative and absolute. Yes or no? So it is pretty easy and simple. And as promised, I have given you the superpowers of day two. If you're ready for that, type ready in the chat box. If you're ready for the superpowers of day two, then please type ready in the chat box. And let's have a quick test that if you are ready for the superpowers of day two. Here we go. And let's take the very same website, which is LinkedIn. And I hope you have seen this website. And if you see this now, I will scroll my page and you tell me if you are able to see the relative, absolute, fixed, and sticky on this page. If you are able to observe that, type POP, P for positions, positions OP in the chat box. Were you ever able to visualize that in the past? Were you ever able to visualize that in the past? That how much could be done just with the help of positions, right? And even the things are super easy and simple. Yes, Omkar, you can do that. Okay, so we'll have a quick recap, and after the recap, we will make this as a project. What is this? Relative and absolute, right? Image in the background, text on top of that, image on top of that, right? We will do that as a project. If you're excited about that, type EX in the chat box. But before than that, let's have quick selfie session and announce the winners, and then we'll do that, and then we'll move on to having sessions, right? So let's have a of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and all right. I will be sharing this with all of you inside the WhatsApp group as number one. Point number two, you will get the source code as well as the assignments as usual inside the WhatsApp group after this class ends with the complete details. Is it clear to everyone so far? Yes? Is everyone so far? बहुत बढ़िया. Now, let me announce the winner assignment. The first winner of today's assignment is Sachin, ending with 139129. If you please type me in the chat box. Sachin, please type me in the chat box. Congratulations, Sachin. The second person who assignment, his name is Abhishek, number 70814. Please with Tanishka, I have shared the spot of yesterday's class over there. Abhishek, if you're here, me in the chat box. Abhishek phone number ending with 170814. Congratulations, Abhishek and Sachin. What you both have to do is please see the admin of the WhatsApp group. Do send your IDs to the admin of the WhatsApp group. You will get your cash back by tomorrow morning. Is that clear? Right? And I will be choosing two new winners so as well. So the two people do it in the best possible manner will cash back of rupees 99 as well. If that sounds good, type SG sounds good inside, right? Chalo. So now what you want to do, quickly make, let's quickly make that section. I'm able to see everyone's chat, Shrikant. I'm able to see everyone's chat. There are Matt is buzzing right now. Thank you so much, Ashwant. Are you the same Shashwant that I've met before or we have talked before, Shashwant, or you are a different one? Shashwant who was from Next Wave and stuff, and then you came back. Shashwant, as I can remember. Okay. Anyway, let's do that quickly. And then we'll live exactly at 8 p.m. We'll talk about the layout, flex boxes. We'll talk about how to bring the content side by side. We'll talk about how to do the work movements, whatever you can think of. Whatever of whether it is Airbnb, whether it is Netflix, whatever you will be able to do that on your tomorrow after the right. All right. Responsive is on day 4. ठीक है, चलो. Let's quickly do that. It'll take 3 to 5 minutes maximum. Let's have a quick recap and then we'll bind. Okay. So quick recap. If you can spend the next 5 minutes, be there with me. And then we'll bind. Okay. So if I go here, I hope my screen is visible to everyone now. Okay. What I want. We do not need these things anymore. So I will just remove them up. Okay. Like this. And now what we want is we need some images. Right. So if we'll go here and let's say I need an image of some mountains. That we can put as a background image. Okay, so I think we can okay, I'll choose some images. Let's create the HTML structure. I'm saying I have got a class called profile. Inside that we need 2 images. One image will have a class. The class name is the cover image. And then we need one more image. And this image will have the class name called users. Are you getting my point? Cover image for the background image and user image for the user image. Correct? Okay. So if I want a background image, I think if I search for speaker, let's see if I are they not this. If I search for seminar, no, no. If I search for nature, I just need a good image. Let's see what I get. Okay. Anyways, I struggle to get good images, but anyway. Let's say I want to use this image. Okay, let's just use this image. So I'll just do a copy image address. Let's put this image over here. And we should have an image by now. Okay, we have an image. Now what I want. Or let me see if I have something in the past. How do CSS? If we have day 2, if I run this, there should be an image. So this image is looking good. Copy image address. We'll take this image. Okay, like this. Sure. Okay. Localhost 500. Okay. We have the image. Now what I want, we have the class called cover. And now we need one more image, and the image should be of user. So we'll go here and we'll search for the user, right? And let's choose, or let's say we need an image of a man. Okay. So let's say I want to get this as my image, right? So I'll just do a copy image address, and we have got the images over here. So if you see this now, We have got the images. Now we have to just structure the things up, right? Okay. So if you see this now, if I go here, what is the first class? Profile. I'm saying that the profile position is relative. I am saying that the width is going to be 600 pixels. And I'm saying that the margin. So the margin is 0 on top and bottom and not on left and right. So you see this now, this is how it looks. The image is still so big. To fix this, I will go and I'll take this cover image and I will say that the width is going to be 100%. And if I do that, my image is fixed, but the image height is so much. I want to fix that. So I will go and say that the height of my image should be just 200 pixels. Let's see how it goes. I can even say something as 160 pixels. So the image height is now okay, but my image is not looking good anymore. My image got like completely cluttered all around, right? And I want to fix this. So there is a property called object fit cover. The moment you do that, it will make your image look good like this. What it does, on the defined height and width, it will make sure that the resolution of your image is not impacting and you have the proper image over here. Now we have to design the user image. So what is the property? User. So I'll say that the height of the user is 160 pixels, or let's say 120 pixels. And I'm even saying that the width is also 120 pixels. If you see this, the user image is like this. Let's fix this. So I will again say that the object fit is cover. So the image became like this. I want the image to be circular also. And to do that, I will say that the border radius is 50%. And we will get a complete circle in this case. Right? Now what I want, this image should be on top of the image. So what will be moving? This position is absolute. And now we can say it is on going to be bottom 0. And it's going to be on left 0. So if you see this now, this is how it looks. Is it clear so far? Now we need a border as well. So we'll say that there should be a border of 5 pixels solid and white in color. Like this. And now I can say that I need half of the image on bottom, right? So I can say that left is 60 pixels and bottom is minus 60 pixels. And if you see this now, this is how it looks. Is it easy and simple? There is literally no rocket science. Things are super, super easy and simple. And it's all about, how we take a look at it. If you enjoy this, type E for enjoying in the chat box. How simple is that? It's super easy and simple, man, right? Things are super, super easy and simple. Tomorrow, live exactly at 8 p.m., what we will be doing, we will be talking about layouts, flex boxes, and whatever you can imagine. Whatever. Whether it is YouTube, Airbnb, Netflix, anything that you can imagine of, you will be able to do on your own by the end of the session tomorrow that we will be doing. Okay. Okay. All right. Now I'll take the questions for the next 10 to 15 minutes. Amazon Prime, whatever it is, Amazon Prime, Hotstar, Hulu clone, whatsoever it is, you will be able to do on your own. Okay. Now, I'm here for the questions. I'll take the questions for the next 15 minutes. Put your questions one by one. Make sure your videos are on, and I will take your question and the assignments inside the WhatsApp group, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you promise me to join tomorrow live exactly at 8 p.m., type IP, I promise in the chat box, and then we can move ahead. If you promise me to do that, type IP, I promise inside the chat box. If you promise that we'll be joining tomorrow on time, exactly at 8 p.m., type IP, I promise. Thank you so much. Hari, Nishit, Priyansh. Will this bootcamp help me in React? Is absolutely you need to design front end anyhow, right? All right. So I'll start taking the questions. The only question is, please make sure your video is on. Please make sure you put your question once. Indexes means I didn't get your point, Shreyansh. Put the question properly. Is there any bootcamp for JS? No. What is assessment for tomorrow? You will get the assessment inside the like you got yesterday, right? Can you give a quick review of this one? A quick review of what? Our margin nahi. On top are not same. Shangu Pandian, where you are? Your video is not on. Question, make sure your videos are on. Like when you put the questions, make sure your video on. Your video is not on, I cannot see you. Um, if we want in middle that user image, that need fewer, right? You need to know about transform and translate, then you can do that. Pradanya says if we have multiple relatives and multiple up, then will it not be confusing for the operating system? No, Pradanya, it will be confusing you, but not for the operating system, right? See, operating system and logic works on a very simple principle, and that is, it has a defined set of rules. It works on the very same rules, right? So it will not be confused. Not worry about the operating system. Z index. Shreyansh Pandey. Yes, Shreyansh. Z index. Thank you so much for reminding me that. Turn your video on. Right? Z index padha hai na pehle and you are confused ki what the hell is Z index? Very carefully. Listen to me very carefully if you are confused about Z index. What I said when I was teaching absolute, I said that absolute is a Tesla car. Define absolute, position absolute. That Tesla car moves one level top. Is that correct? That's exactly what I said. Now imagine if if Mithun also has a Tesla car, if Sanjay also has a Tesla car, if Ankita also has a Tesla car, if Shrikant also has a Tesla car, if Abhishek also has a Tesla car, has also got the Tesla car, and if Aditya has also got the Tesla car. Now we people will keep on fighting that, hey, I will be on top. I'll be on bottom. I'll go on top, right? We will be fighting in air, right? So we need someone who can actually control, right? Like in the airports, we have ATC, right? Air traffic control, which can control that which flight will land, which flight will depart at what point of time, what will be the altitudes and a lot of stuff, right? In a very same way, when you have Z index works with position absolute. The use of Z index is you can decide which will go on top and one bottom. The higher the value, the more top it is, lower it is. Did you got me? That is the use of Z index. Okay. Uh, in which group we will get the source code? How to CSS batch 327. Extension you use in VS Code, I use there are so many extensions, but what you need as of now, Shrikant, that is one is live server, second one is prettier. And absolute should be in the same div. Nahi? How can you put relative and absolute? Tanishka, where you are? You read on Tanishka. If I ask you to be there on Delhi Island, be there on Chennai as well, is it possible positions at the same point? How can you in two position to one element? You cannot define both absolute and relative to the very same position. That is illogical. If you do that, then the second said position relative, then you said position absolute. Then the position absolute will be working over there, not the, or if you said relative, then only the relative will be working, not anything else. Can we talk about the transform skew? Not now. So that we can make slant top when zest isn't square. You can just say transform skew when you do that, Manasa, but we'll not talk about the use cases of that for now. Writing code faster, writing code faster will come with practice, right? There's no rocket science for that. That will come with practice. Pranjal says, my question is, what will happen if I give position to child? In if I give position to child, ठीक है, instead of absolute to child and relative to parent. How it will behave normally in that case, if you give to parent something as absolute, then that element will move and nothing else will happen. ठीक? Whatever will be in will also move, nothing else will happen. Please send the HTML one more time in the group. Once the class ends, you will get that inside the group. Pranjal says my question is answered. Ayu says when you apply sticky, that thing reach the position you more that also scrolled up. How to fix that? No, you cannot fix that. How to add different fonts? Install the fonts. Are you can use Google fonts, use the CDN for the fonts, right? There are multiple options for that. Um, Sachin, we don't use position last one. अरे क्या बात कर रहे हो Sachin? Where you are? You are the winner as well, right? Let me see. Yeah, cool. I guess. Thanks for showing up. And congratulations on winning the assignment one. If you see this, the profile is relative, right? Right? The profile is the parent and the profile is relative, okay? And then the user, because you have to move the user, so the user is absolute. Everything is logical, everything has logic, nothing is beyond logic, right? I'll not teach anything that says this happens, just learn this. Everything has a logic, and if I say it works in a very same way. Okay? Navneetha says, can you give us a website dev for a third year? This is a small idea. If you can speak a few lines. We'll talk about that. Navneetha, not right. We'll talk about that tomorrow, right? We'll talk about that. Just a question. How many of you want to learn more with me? Like, apart from these 5 days, how many of you want to learn more with me? Like more than that. If you want to learn more with me, take type more in the chat box. If you want to learn more with me, let's say the full end or the full backend, type more in the chat box. Type more inside the chat box. Okay, cool. My chat box is blown so much. Thank you so much. All right. Can I Z index with fixed sticky? No. You can use that. Yeah, you can use that. You can use that. Element so that the Google fonts were not working. Can you tell me that? So Arpit, the problem is when you're using the boot, you have to customize the bootstrap using SAS. You have to install SAS in your machine, npm install SAS, and once you do that, you have to manually install bootstrap rather than using the CDN, and then you can change the font and you can make that as your default font. And when you recompile your CSS of bootstrap, then the font will be changed. You can change that. Okay, but this is the process for that. All right, so I'm done with the questions. There's a question with Mansh Gupta, if you're here. Question number one, how to choose best font family and select those fonts from the given image. See, there's nothing like best font family. It's all about what you want, right? So Google font is what you can choose from, or you have the NPM fonts. You have a extension called what font you can install and you can font from there. What is top and right together in position? If you use top, left, right together, then if you say that uh, top and let's say bottom also, so the content will be going the will be full in that case. Okay. Same goes with left and right also. If you define both, it will stretch like. In yesterday's assignment, will photo how to create the line above the sea. That's the border, Manas. Right? That's just a border. Border top, border bottom, border left, border right. That's just a border. What you suggest, tailwind or boot customize consider me. The customization options are there in both Tailwind and Bootstrap, but I will for Tailwind, right? And coming on to, please stop jumping towards Tailwind. Where you are, Arpit? I cannot see you first of all. I, where you are? I cannot see you. You- yeah. Yes. If you do not know the CSS properly, stop thinking about Tailwind and Bootstrap and learn CSS. Not know how to ride a bicycle and you're trying to learn a bike or a ski, it's much more difficult, right? Because not know the basics of making the bikes. In the very same way, if you do not understand how the CSS works, it more tough to learn Boom and Tailwind because you will be learning them. You will just force your brain fast. This will happen if I do this. This will happen. Does not happen with you as of now. That you force yourself. If I write this will happen. That is only because you do not know CSS. So focus on CSS first, learn CSS, and then focus on those things. Then it will make sense. Is that clear? Jyotsna says, can you repeat relative ones? Yes, where you are, Jyotsna? Where you are, first of all. Okay. It's very easy and simple. Malay Sriram, right? Putting the question many times doesn't that I'll answer your question. So please take care of that. Relatives, very easy and simple, Joshna. Relative is all about relative ensures. For example, seen have you ever played a carrom? When you play the carrom board, there is a black border on all four corners that like all four corners, which ensure that my the dices are not going out of the carrom board. Yes or no? If I remove those, then what will happen if I do take, then my dices will go out of the carrom board. I have to bring them back again and I have to collect them and have then the next player can play the shot. So what is happening? Those dices are related. Those dices are the absolute elements which can move, and those black balls are relative, which ensure nothing is going out of the board. So ensuring that everything which is absolute, which is inside this carrom board, is not going out. That is the only. Do you got my point, Joshna? ठीक है. Sachin, see which frame tailwind. You should go with tailwind after this. Once you know CSS, you should. ठीक है. Madam, your video is not on. And I said, your video is not on, Malesh. Mal, I have already said that you shouldn't put the same question multiple times. But anyways, chalo. It was that asked that we would like continue or not apart from this 5 days. If yes, can we continue? We'll talk about that in the upcoming sessions, right? you have again turned your video on. When the video is on, then we cannot be because I if you will be on, yes. Okay. Mahesh says, please provide notes. You will get the notes inside the WhatsApp group shortly. Like the source will be getting inside the WhatsApp group itself, right? Got yesterday, you'll get today as well, right, Mahesh? All right, so everyone, I will see you all live tomorrow exactly at 8, and we will be talking about flex boxes. And see you tomorrow. Till then, bye, take care, and have fun. You all tomorrow. Take care. Bye and have fun. Bye, everyone.